We just had Christmas a few days ago, and the new year 2026 is coming up shortly. And I think this is obviously a time where a lot of reflection starts to happen for people, myself included. And there's honestly, with that comes a lot of different types of thoughts or emotions for me, at least, which is it could be positive thoughts like I made a lot of progress this year. It could be thoughts of regret in terms of I'm not exactly where I want to be in what I thought about, at the beginning of 2025 and where I am now going into 2026. But I'm thinking about how all of that is okay, and I'm thinking about kind of how to move forward into the new year in light of sort of all that and how to make sense of all that. But before I start to sort of flesh all of that out, I do want to say welcome to the Practical Place. My name is Ryan Holguin. I am a certified project management professional, and I've sort of cut my teeth in a corporate way in corporate America that way. Although I did start out as an entry level customer service rep, sort of been able to work my way up, and now I function as a chief of staff role in corporate America. So been in corporate America for about 9 years, a little over 9 years now. And so I like to use this channel as a place to have open dialogues like today, where we're talking about where we're at, progress that I've made, and maybe it helps somebody who is a little bit earlier in their career, but even somebody who's just like-minded, whether you're older, more experienced in your career. But I like to attract hopefully like-minded individuals who like to think about growth. Whether that's personal, professional, and everything in between. Sometimes I dabble in doing some tutorial videos as well on different tools and softwares that I use in my work, and maybe it's helpful. I just like to create videos that I feel like are not out there, and speaking into the nuances of life. So if any of that interests you, I would encourage you to subscribe. I've almost got 400 subscribers, so I've been doing this for a little over a year and a half now, so really thankful for that community that we've been able to grow here. So subscribe if you find any of that of interest to you. But as I've been thinking through and talking to my wife and just friends or whoever in the past few days, you just really, I don't know, kind of reflect on the year, and you think about a New Year's resolution and going into the new year, and like, who do you want to be and what do you want to do? And you want to read more books, you want to, work out more, whatever the case may be. But honestly, and then even too, I'm not much on social media, but obviously I'm on YouTube, but and then I've got LinkedIn, and that's really all I've got. But I know just seeing stuff like my wife has Instagram and just seeing some of the posts there, and I can only imagine just one bite-sized sample size there, but just when I was on Instagram and all that a few years back, like every year there's this projection that people have of continuing to hustle, continuing to grind, and sort of projecting things that may be true for them, but there's not a lot of, again, speaking into the nuances of life, where I think there was a post that I saw that was like, it was Christmas Day, or people showing stuff like even day after Christmas, how they're back in the grind, back hustling, back this, back that. And, honestly, people can do whatever they want, right? To each their own. And maybe I'm doing some sort of version of that in these videos. But my goal is never to project perfection or a perfect life that I'm living. Life is messy, life is hard. And so when I reflect on my life, I'm not going to sit back and say everything was perfect. I do really feel positive about the progress I made in 2025 from a professional standpoint, even a personal standpoint. But there's a lot of areas too where I felt like I could have grown more. Like there was areas where like reading, like I didn't read as many books as I wanted to. Even health wise, I didn't have as good of a diet overall that I would have liked. But there's areas even in my parenting that I want to do better at. And so there's not this projection of perfection that people put online. It seems to be damaging, or can be damaging to people. Like I see those sorts of posts whenever I see something on my wife's Instagram, or something she shows me, and it's like people projecting this lifestyle that just may not be consistent with everyday life. Because the way that my mind takes things, just to be frank, is like if I see somebody, and I'm not I'm being hyperbolic here, but like generally, like if I see something or if somebody's projecting something, right, all I can do is take them at face value, right? So if I see somebody online, even though I know it's not true, right, if I know that they're not this person they're projecting, all I can do really is take what they're posting as face value. So if somebody posts on Christmas that they're hustling, they're grinding, they're working, or post Christmas, hey, I'm back on the grind, I'm doing my thing, I'm just going to assume, okay, that's who you are. And so what that does for me as a person individually, in response, I say, well, shoot, I have to be on my P's and Q's, and I have to really hustle myself if I want to compete with this sort of stuff. This is the internal battle I have. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that that's who I am. Now, I know that there's a tale of two stories here where it's like, the projected person, what they're saying, that they're doing all this and they're living like up here all the time versus like reality. And more often than not, like most people aren't like that. Like most people aren't robots to where it's Christmas mode and it's holiday mode and I'm still going to work out and I'm still going to run and I'm still going to do everything perfectly. And I think that that's okay. And I think the point of this idea that I'm having is like, whether I'm reflecting on I had a positive year or a negative year, or I see these things online, I'm not to allow that to drive me to some sort of extreme, whether it's an extreme anti-hustle culture, anti-whatever, or even it's like lean more into hustle culture or hustling or going as hard. It's like there's something, and I've said it a few times on this channel already, where the current season I'm in is I'm really trying to embrace the ordinary life. I'm really trying to embrace the mundaneness of life. And a lot of the virtues, whether it's humility, like humility is a big thing. But that's sort of a characteristic that isn't praised, right? It's really hard to project humility. If you're projecting humility, you're probably not being humble, right? But it's such a precious virtue that for one to faithfully live a humble lifestyle or a humble posture in their life, there's probably not going to be a lot of praise. But somebody who's like openly explicit hustle culture, hustle, of course that's going to get praised because that is what people are attracted to. I think that's what people in their hearts want, right? They want to be this high achieving person. But most people, if we're thinking of like the bell curve, right, the 80% of people fall into this group of ordinary people. And I think for me, this channel is sort of an outlet for that, to say I'm an ordinary guy. I might have some helpful things that I say to somebody, and that's great. You know, if the 300 plus people that have subscribed here find something valuable, then that's awesome. Like I think that there's value in that, but I also don't want to project something that I'm not. I don't want to project this idea of something that I'm not. Like even in some of the past videos, I don't want any of it to ever come off as like, this is how I'm living 100% of the time, all the time. Like there's times where we're on, there's times where we're off, at least for me. And there are in the bell curve of life, right? There is the 10% that are super high achievers that are on more often than not, and that have separated themselves from the rest of society because of how high achieving they are. And I was an average student. Skipped class, skipped school, didn't have the right values at the time, but now I have a better perspective on life. And I'm able to live in light of that experience now and be able to apply it to where I am today, to know I need to be faithful where I'm at. And that's okay. Like you can grow and you can learn new tools and you can learn new things, without having to have been an excellent student. Like I'm a testimony of that. And so, yeah, just to sort of land the plane here, as I'm thinking about the new year, as I'm thinking about the 2025, like I'm satisfied in the direction that I went. And I've talked about that again before, is life is sort of, as I understand it, is all about direction. Knowing generally where you want to be, where you want to go, who do you want to be in 10 years, who you want to be in 20 years if you make it that far, and asking the question every day, multiple times a day, am I living in a consistent way that's getting me toward that direction, right? Am I going in that direction? It's not a sort of lateral sort of movement. Like it's not a binary thing where I move forward one day, I move backward one day, move backward one day, 2 steps forward, 1 step. That's not how I necessarily adopt the framework for life. I adopt it in terms of just direction. And There's times where I get off track a little bit, but I'm still generally going in the right direction. And any lesson or misstep is just an opportunity to learn, right? And so reflecting on 2025, I guess I asked the question to you, if you're still here. Are you looking on 2025 with doubt, regret, or excitement? If so, what are those things that you're regretful for, you're excited about, and then moving into 26, what are things you're looking forward to building upon those things? The things you thought about, you mentioned, right? What are you regretful about? What are you excited about? And how are you going to build upon that in 2026? And I say build upon because, the whole cliche of new year, new me, it's like, well, that's not, in my opinion, that's not necessarily true to life. Like, life is an iteration of itself. Every single day is a new iteration of yesterday. And so you can build upon it, or you can slowly break it down and rebuild it. There's many different ways to do that, and it looks different for everybody. But what does that look like for you? I'm just curious. Let me know in the comments below, because I'm thinking about it, and there's not a dramatic shift in my life that I'm looking to say, oh, new year 2026, I'm going to start doing this thing now. I've operated in that way before, and it's too much of a yo-yo sort of lifestyle where I'm doing one thing and then I switch to do another. And I'm a pretty extreme guy, so if I get my mind locked on something, I want to go 100% into it. But I've learned to sort of just appreciate, again, like just kind of going with my natural abilities. If I have weaknesses, trying to grow those things, but not overcorrecting so much. That might be necessary for some people. Again, my life is my life. You're accountable for your life. And I say that all the time. I'm some dude on YouTube just talking. So you make the choices best for you. But I'm just thinking out loud here of what, kind of I'm working through as we move into the new year, and I'm reflecting on, the past year that I've experienced. So, just moving into the new year, I'm excited to build upon some of the successes I've had, areas of my life, at work, at home, that I want to grow on, but not, again, overcorrecting and making sort of an impulse decision of like, well, I'm going to buy a gym membership and I'm going to go to the gym now. It's like, no, well, let's just start with walking. Let's start with running a mile a day, or three times a week, or whatever that looks like. Let me know in the comments below. What is 2025? What did it look like for you? What are you looking forward to in 2026? And if you found this video insightful, helpful, thought-provoking, I would encourage you to like it and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed. I like to post videos like this. Try to do it 3 times a week. Sometimes I hit that, sometimes I don't, but I try to at least be consistent. So until next time, again, my name is Ryan Holguin. This is The Practical Place. I will see you in the next video.